What's up, guys? Here for another recap of House of the Dragon. This is for episode 9. We have one more episode left, folks. One more episode left before the season finale. Now, there's no word if it's going to be a season 2 yet. We won't know until it airs. These episodes, some of them rise and fall, rise like plateauing, pit and plateaus, things like that, peak and pits, whatever you want to call it. This episode was very underwhelming. The king is dead. He died at the end of episode 8. As far as we know, Daemon and Rhaenyra are back on Dragonstone. Whether or not she has heard the news of her father passing, we do not know. All I know is that it is a race against the clock. Because Aegon, in episode 8 at the ending, King Vir said that Aegon was to rule. Question is, and no one seems to ask this question, which Aegon? As far as we know, there are two. Two Aegons. The Joffrey, Aegon Joffrey, because he's like the past Joffrey, if y'all know that. And you have Aegon, Rhaenyra's son, who is fully Targaryen, because Rhaenyra and Daemon are together. Now, it's a race to find Aegon, Vir's son, Alicent and Vir's son. He's nowhere to be found. So it's a race it's a race to find him first. If Otto finds him, Aegon has to go what he thinks he has to do. If his mom finds him, then he has to go what she feels, things like that. So basically they're ruling through him, This is typical behavior of people who say, oh, well, I'm merely an advisor. No, you're ruling through them. Aegon may rule the Seven Kingdoms, but really Otto would rule through him, or Alicent will rule through him. They would do what, even Alicent says, he will do what I say, what I consider. Which, Otto sends his men to go find Aegon, and Aemond and Sir Criston do their best to find him. Because it's a matter of who can find Aegon first. Before that, news hits the council, and it doesn't go well. One of them says, just because the son, whoever was said it, Rhaenyra's, we bow to Rhaenyra's. Rhaenyra's is the second heir, regardless. They basically tell this gentleman to shut up. He goes no, and then Sir Criston just, out of anger, shoves him on the table, killing him. Lord Commander goes to his defense, give me your sword, you are not honorable, and there's about to be a fight. Well, Otto Hightower wants to kill Rhaenyra because if she's left alive, she will have supporters and, things like that. Alan says, no, let's imprison them. I'm not going to have that happening. I do not care. But, of course, Otto has to have the last word, so he goes, proceed. The Lord Commander, throws his cloak and the sword. He goes, I am loyal to the king. So until this is sorted out, I will not be Lord Commander. And then Sir Criston takes on the role as Lord Commander. Otto's blokes tries to find him, and they are in a sort of like a battle ring where orphans are, orphans are thrown into a fight. Almost like how the Ottoman regime in Turkey, would go to Romania and take boys, which is how Vladimir Tepes came to be. and would, abuse them and brutalize them to be, stronger, faster, soldiers that they wanted. So it's like that. They file their teeth down, file their nails to be fighting and things like that. Basically frail children, and people are betting, they're going like, oh, going at each other, things like that. And, what else? And, they are told, hey, I know where they can, Damon's groupie, sends one of her girls to get the twins, the blokes, and they bring Otto Hightower, and she tells him, I will tell you exactly where Aegon is. Be happy that I did not kill him. I will tell you where he is as long as these orphans that you were put to fight, that have been tolerated and ignored by the crown, are put to a stop. Otto says, I'll consider it. She goes, remember this. Your power only comes from the people that allows you to take. So remember, be afraid of your people when they rise up when the time comes. So as the process of their finding Aegon, Varys' cousin, Princess Rhaenyra, I don't know, it's not Rhaenyra. Then again, almost everyone has an R, and almost all the girls has an R for their name. The queen that never was, she's locked away because she was still at the castle. And basically, Alicent Hightower tells her, hey, Driftmark was supposed to be yours. You can have it. Just, give up support for Rhaenyra and support my house. She goes, what a feeble girl. Even I myself know I should have been on the Iron Throne, but you yourself never imagine yourself on the Iron Throne. On top of which you are going with men to say what they want, but you are not going to step up, So some feminists is involved and things like that. So once Aegon is found, first Aegon is found by the twins, and then a fight happens because he was found in a temple. And then Sir Christian and Aemond find him, and obviously Aegon doesn't want the crown. Aegon doesn't want the crown. He has no interest in ruling. Even Aemond says, why does he have to? I can rule. I've studied the history. I'm ready to go. He's not. He doesn't want to rule. He has no interest. Well, they make him, they bring him back with him hollering, screaming, kicking. And then Alicent tells, her father, no, he's going to listen to what I say. This is what my terms are going to be. Rhaenyra is going to have terms in which she can take, which she can choose whatever without shame. And he goes, oh, because she's your childhood friend or blah, blah, blah. She goes, it is mercy because my husband would have wanted mercy for his daughter. And he mocks, and his own Otto mocks her and goes, you don't like it? That's fine. But you're going to abide. He's going to say, he's going to do what I tell him to do, and that is it. You wanted him on the throne, there he is. So back up. And he throws a petty insult like, you are just like your mother and all the lights. Alright, fine, you can have it. So coordination happens. In the process, one of the King's Guards, members of the King's Guard, takes the queen that never was away. Because they have been imprisoning or killing those who refuse to bend the knee to Aegon and will continue to bend the knee to Rhaenyra. They are imprisoned or killed. As we see, one of the supporters who tried to flee but was thrown back. And she is trying to escape, but she ends up getting lost in the crowd of people that are basically forced to go into the coronation of Aegon. Lears, also there's a really kind of eyebrow raising scene. So basically, Alicent and Lears, he's like, oh, well, I can, tell you how your father got his, information. Obviously, it's like a fetish scene. So obviously they've been doing this for a while. So if she wants information, she does that. Honestly, she's not that strong. How about this? You tell me and you get to keep your tongue. You get to keep whatever you want. Otherwise, get the heck out. I don't know. Or otherwise, I'll kill you myself. Cool. I don't know. Yeah, she gets her information and things like that. During the coronation, the queen that never was goes to the dragon pit. She wanted to go to the dragon pit beforehand, but the king's guard told her no, because that's the first thing they will look if you go there. You know, blah blah blah. Well, she gets away from the crowd, goes down to get her dragon, and all hell breaks loose when the dragon breaks through. Because at first, before that, Aegon is miserable. He doesn't want to. You know, blah blah blah. Aslan's telling him, "Oh, well, you know how much sacrifice we put on." He goes, "My father didn't like me. He didn't want me on the throne. It doesn't matter whether he changed his mind or not. He never said it." You know, blah, blah, blah. So, at first, he's miserable, doesn't want anything to do with it. And all of a sudden, he's happy. I'm like, oh my God, they're calling my name. I had the respect, blah, blah, blah. The dragon goes through, ruins his day. And it seems like, because the dragon, they submit to her. And she spares them. And of course, she's going to go and warn Rhaenyra what's going on. Like I said, this episode was underwhelming. We're going to see how the epic finale works, comes to play, and we'll go from there. That's it for episode 9 recap, folks. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Like, subscribe, favorite, share, do whatever it is you do. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and be safe out there. All right, guys? Bye.